Welcome to Scooter Hub's first official video. We have the Ninebot Segway F40 and the Xiaomi Pro 2. We're going to be putting them against a various set of challenges to see which one comes out the best. Now, I went into this with the Ninebot being my favourite scooter, so I'm going to be excited to see if the Xiaomi here can actually outperform the Ninebot on some of the challenges we've got. We're going to have speed challenges, terrain challenges, braking challenges and much more, so make sure you watch right to the end of the video to see which one is crowned this month's champion. So to the left we have the Ninebot Segway F40 and the right we have the Xiaomi Pro 2. We're going to be comparing these scooters on the initial look and feel to see which one, in my opinion, comes out the best. So let's start the video with the tyres. So we've got the Ninebot Segway F40. This has 10-inch tyres, where the Xiaomi Pro 2 only has 8.5 inches. The Ninebot Segway F40 has vacuum sealed 10-inch tyres. Ninebot claim these to be industry leading, however I personally didn't see much difference between the Ninebot tyres compared with the air-filled Xiaomi Pro 2 tyres. Before I pick a winner, I have to say both of the tyres offer a fantastic riding experience, but the Ninebot Segway F40 wins. Although the vacuum sealed tyres are very difficult to change, the fact they have the extra 1.5 inch and they are very solid makes for a lovely riding experience on flat terrain, bumpy terrain or any terrain. I found the Ninebot was a lot smoother and comfortable. So to compare the decks of both the scooters, they're both very similar. They both offer fantastic grip. There's no way your foot's going to slide off of that. But the Ninebot one is slightly bigger. The Ninebot comes in with the length of 50mm by the width of 10.7mm, where the Xiaomi Pro 2 comes in with the length of 61mm, slightly bigger, but slightly smaller on the width at 10.5mm. Both these decks offer a fantastic riding experience, but the winner has to go to the Ninebot because of the slightly bigger width, making it easier to stand on. So the displays. To start off, I have to say that both the displays are very similar. They display the information pretty much the same, and when you're charging, they show that pretty much the same. Both the scooters offer 3 different modes. By clicking the button a couple of times, you go from normal to eco to sport. So if I had to pick one display which was my favourite, it would have to be the Xiaomi Pro 2. It's solely just for the look of it and the feel of it. It's built into the handlebars. It's a seamless blend into the handlebars. There's no bezel or anything, so the Xiaomi wins. Now we move on to the handlebars and the brakes. So we'll start off with the Ninebot Segway F40. So it has nice big chunky handlebars to grab onto, fantastic grip, very easy to grab onto the brakes, it's clean and simple. So now we move on to the Xiaomi Pro 2, again very easy to hold on to. The grips themselves are actually a little bit smaller, so not as effective. In my opinion, the winner goes to the Ninebot Segway F40. I prefer the bigger grips and I think they look a lot better also. So guys, the results are in. The Ninebot Segway F40 takes the win with 3 out of 4 of my preferred choices. The Ninebot F40 gets the tyres, deck, handlebar. The only thing letting it down is that bezel on the display. So everyone, make sure you comment down below and let me know what your favourite is from the initial first impressions and look and feel. So now we're on to the speed test, and we're going to start off with the Xiaomi Pro 2. You can see that fantastic bezel-less display at the bottom right. Now here we go. Off to a big start. It speeds up quite rapidly, heads for the line, and it crosses at 7.15 seconds. As you can see, the Xiaomi is rapid and straight off the bat. Now onto the F40. Again, another big start. This one has a little bit more acceleration in it, but however it does take a little bit longer to cross that line by almost a second, even though the F40 has a higher top speed, you can see them compared side by side here. So we push off at the same time. It is in slow motion, of course, for you guys to see here. Now you can just see that the Ninebot just starts to overtake, but then the Xiaomi Pro kicks off with that slightly better acceleration and just ever so slightly takes over, winning this challenge, the Xiaomi Pro 2, guys. So I was shocked that the Xiaomi Pro 2 won the speed test, so I wanted to come in and try another acceleration test. Both of the scooters in the exact same place, and off we go. Okay, I'm not sure who won that. Let's rewind it back, wind it back. We need slow motion here. I'll put it in slow motion. Okay, so now let's keep a closer eye on both of them so we can see who gets the final win. So the Xiaomi is slightly in the lead to start off with, all the way through. The Xiaomi's winning. The Ninebot's kicking back up, the Xiaomi's winning. And let's just take a photo there so you can see that the Ninebot wins by just a small amount, ever so slightly. Quick tip for you here, guys. When you're braking, this is how you don't do it. You never want to lean forward when you brake, or you could end up going over the handlebars. So you want to make sure when you're riding and you know you're going to stop, especially at high speed, you lean back like that, then there's no movement, so you're not going to end up flying forward. Now back to the video. So now we're on to the terrain test and the slight uphill climb all at the same time to see which one can make it. So we start with the Ninebot Segway F40 and it glides up this hill nice and easily. The vacuum sealed tyres make smooth work of the stones, but unfortunately, as you can see, it does stop. But we push back off and it makes quick work of starting back and continuing up the hill. But F40 was my favourite, so I want to give it another try. Let's rewind. Right, let's give it one more attempt to see if it can make it up. Now off we go again. Full speed ahead. You can see that we're making better start, quite bumpy on the rocks there, but it's smoother sailing this time. Absolutely cruising up the hill. The incline isn't too much, nice and easy, and this time it makes it in one go. It does get quite slow at the top there, but it does make it in one go this time. Now quick turns go down the hill, shoots downhill, no problems at all, nice and easy on the brakes, and it just glides down. Now onto the Xiaomi Pro 2. Now I'm excited to see how their air-filled tyres perform going up this hill, and they did a fantastic job. There was a lot faster up the hill, it was a lot more stable, and it was just an easier ride off-road, the Xiaomi Pro 2. So the air-filled tyres really did perform. I think they overperformed the vacuum-sealed Ninebot tyres. As you can see, nice and easy drive straight up the hill. The results are in of this month's contest. We've got the Ninebot Segway F40 here and the Xiaomi Pro 2. So to start off with the results, we started off with the look and feel. The Xiaomi Pro 2 took 1 point out of those with the display. The Ninebot Segway took the deck, the tyres and the handlebars, giving it 3 points to start off with. And then we moved on to the speed, where the Xiaomi outshined the F40 with the speed, but the Ninebot did have a higher acceleration, although the Xiaomi did come in the lead with the speed test. And then we do the final test, which was the terrain. Now, the Ninebot Segway did struggle a little bit on the terrain going up the hill, as you saw, but the Xiaomi Pro just shredded up the hill. But when we tally all these points together, the Ninebot Segway F40 is the winner, and it takes the glorious trophy, guys. Here we go. The trophy in all its glory goes to the Ninebot Segway F40 with the most points. So to recap, guys, these are both fantastic scooters. It was a competition. It wasn't a battle. They're both fantastic. I just wanted to give you my opinion on these two scooters whilst turning it into a little bit of a game. The Ninebot Segway F40 is the winner, guys. So if you want to grab your own e-scooters, click that top link in description, visit Scooter Hub and get all of your scooting needs. And also, guys, make sure you check out our Instagram, second link in description, and follow us there for more updates, reviews, tips, tricks and everything. Thank you all for watching.